Hello, Stephan here with Liquidity with a video about the German verb stimmen, a very commonly used verb that has more than one meaning. And in this video, I will explain. Liquidity. If you ask a native German speaker to translate the German verb stimmen into English, they will most likely tell you to be correct, to be accurate. And that is accurate. So in German, I could say, das stimmt, es stimmt, which means as much as it is accurate or that is accurate. However, the verb also means as much as to tune an instrument. So for instance, I could say, ich stimme das Instrument. Ich stimme mein Klavier. Ich stimme meine Bratsche. Ich stimme meine Gitarre. Stimmen can also mean to vote for something, to give your support for something. If, for instance, if there's a certain woman who's running for office, you could say, ich stimme für Frau Peters. Just to give you an example, I am voting for Ms. Peters, if you wanted to translate that into English. So it can also mean to give a vote, to voice your support for somebody. Related to that, we also have a separable prefix verb, abstimmen, which means to take a vote on a topic. So if you just want to say, wir müssen abstimmen, that just means we need to take a vote. Verstimmen is a prefix verb where the prefix never separates. So you could, for instance, say, das Wetter verstimmt mein Instrument. The weather makes my instrument out of tune, or causes my instrument to be out of tune. It can also be used in a figurative sense. For instance, verstimmen can also sort of mean to bring everybody's mood out of tune, to have a negative effect on everybody's mood. You may come across the adjective verstimmt, which means as much as out of tune. So you can see how the verb stimmen has something to do with voice, has something to do with sound, right? And in fact, the noun die Stimme means first and foremost voice, a person's voice. It can also mean vote, as in this person has my vote. I am giving my voice in support for that person. It can also, in that sense, mean support. In addition to the noun die Stimme, we also have the noun die Stimmung, which means as much as atmosphere. Not as in weather atmosphere, but as in a social atmosphere or mood. So Stimmung can mean what is the overall mood, or what is the mood among a certain set of people, among a certain group of people. It's also sometimes used in a clearly positive way. For instance, das macht Stimmung means as much as that heightens the mood, or that elevates the mood, that whatever it is, like for instance, maybe some really good or popular music or something like that could elevate everybody's mood, or maybe some really good food or something, some other kind of entertainment maybe. So Stimmung just by itself kind of has a positive sense to it, but it can also be used in a negative way. For instance, you can say, die Stimmung ist schlecht. The mood is bad. So going back to my first example for stimmen, das stimmt oder es stimmt, or just short stimmt, very, very commonly used. Literally, that means as much as it sounds right, it feels right. That just fits. That's a good fit. That is what it ought to be, right? It just sounds right. I hope this video was somewhat interesting. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. If you like this one, like it. If you like my other videos, maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. Take care.